Wait, are they absolutely the favorites to win the NBA championship?
Absolutely, they are not the favorites to win the NBA championship, Feast. Because I want to ask you a question. What do these signings actually bring to the table? I mean, yes, I know Ellington, Bazemore, and Ariza, they're kind of to me. They're shooting about 35% from downtown, and I know that benefits the Lakers in that aspect because they wanted to bring in probably quite a few people that could shoot the three ball. I mean, we know the Lakers did not shoot the ball at all very well from downtown last year, but the Lakers are now, because of their free agent moves, the oldest team in the NBA on average. 34 years old per player. Basically, man.
And that means what?
Where's your young talent? Where's your young talent that is now surging through the NBA? Where is that?
Who was the favorite last year?
What are we talking about?
Weren't they the favorites last year coming into the season?
And what happened?
Hey, they were the favorite last year, and this team is better than last year's team.
You think so?
To write them off.
With just bringing in all these players, it just makes you immediately up there.
I mean, look at who left and who came in.
Okay.
Are you to actually legit try to tell me that Alex Caruso, Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, Andre Drummond, and KCP are better than Westbrook, Melo, Ariza, Dwight, Bazemore, Ellington, and none?
I'll take Westbrook and put everyone else in a toss-up.
Those dudes are not better.
They're comparable. You're acting like you just had a complete remake and everyone's A plus, B plus now. No, bro, you're still rocking with an average B. I'd say C plus to B minus player average outside of your stars.
The other players weren't that good.
And I understand these moves because the Lakers did have the second best bench in the NBA, in the NBA last year. So I get those moves. But again, when you have your stars fall off the floor, there's just a bunch of guys to me, Fees. These are not guys that are going to immediately push you to the title. That's why I can't even sit here and say, oh, they're going to run away with the West. Absolutely not. So Denver's there next year.
Who is it that's supposed to beat them?
Denver's there next year.
A team with two guys?
Denver's got way more than two guys, bro. Way more than two guys.
Once you get past the two, who else you got?
They have players. Trust me, they will have players to compete with Los Angeles.
They don't have anyone that's any more than what LA got.
Okay, but okay, then we're just talking about a bunch of guys on guys. Actually, healthier guys with Denver than we're talking about guys with LA. Bron and AD are crippled, dude. They are crippled. And Westbrook being 32, a guy that's zero, it's either 1,000 miles.
Old. First 34 was old, now 32 is old.
I mean, you're getting up there, man. I'm just saying. And you've got a Westbrook who 4 teams in 4 years. It's either 1,000 miles or no miles with Westbrook. Is LeBron, like I just questioned, is LeBron going to have that patience when the plot thickens? Westbrook is averaging 19 points on 17 shots in his last 2 NBA playoff runs. That's that man running your offense. That's a recipe for a title.
Who was he?
Because it hasn't worked out. I just named it for you. Harden and KD. Beal.
He wasn't with KD in the last 2 playoff runs. Don't name off people that he wasn't playing with.
I'm talking about in general, all the stars he's been with.
Very specific stats. And
you're talking about the last 2 years? Are you talking about the last 2 years? Is that what you're asking me about?
That's what you said.
Yeah, so that's what you're asking about, the last 2 years that I mentioned.
Yeah, so don't name KD. That was a long time ago.
Okay.
He was on teams where it was just him and one other guy. Mm-hmm. He wasn't taking the most shots, so there were only him and one other person to take shots. Who was supposed to take them?
So now 2 old guys and a bunch of C plus to B minus players are going to take him to the title?
2 old guys and a bunch of C.
Old and hurt gentlemen. AD has the body of a 35-year-old, Fees, and you know he does. Where was he this year, dude? LeBron's motor is running out.
They brought in the depth to come in and actually take minutes away. They can load manage AD. That was the whole purpose of bringing in all these players. None of them outside of Westbrook are going to be asked to play more than 30 minutes a game.
I don't even think they're valuable in 30, though. That's my thing, man. I wanted to be excited.
What you thought? I mean, who is it exactly?
Aren't these people?
You say
they're watching tonight.
You say the 2 players that Denver have are better than everyone on the Lakers roster, but you couldn't name a single other player because they're actually not better.
Because I'm talking that they're guys. We're talking about 2 healthy stars in Murray and Jokic could be better and will
Murray
be better.
Because last I checked,
he's going to come back healthy. Okay, and look at Bron and AD coming off their injuries as well.
So how is it all of a sudden that Murray is better than everyone else? Because
I'm not saying he's better than everyone else. If you're healthy, you're gonna play better than a crippled star. That's common sense.
He missed way more time to AD. You can't possibly tell me that he's healthier.
He tore an ACL.
Is that what happened?
AD was crippled all year. All year, AD was consistently hurt. Jamal had his season-ending injury. AD was consistently hurt, like he always is.
Last I checked, hurt.
Like I attested to the bubble.
The last I checked, hurt.
Being in the bubble helped him come back to win that title.
Could you name me a single team in the NBA that did not have an injured superstar last year?
Yeah.
No one is healthy.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, Fees, I know. That's why everyone wants to put the asterisk
So
next to
you
the
can't
Bucks.
scream they're not healthy. No one was healthy.
But I'm saying,
The whole league was hurt.
are you gonna be able to hang in the thick? And I don't think you are. It's a bunch of guys, man.
The whole league was hurt.
You're not winning the finals.
You're saying it's a bunch
You're
of guys.
not going to outrun the East.
But you can't tell me
Not
who's
the
going to beat
Nets,
them.
Not the Bucks.
The Nets
and
are
the Bucks
healthy?
are better. Oh,
The
they
Nets are
will be.
healthy.
They will be, and they will have better players. Absolutely.
James
yes.
Harden and Kyrie Irving are some of the most injury-prone guys that we've seen.
Okay, so who are we going to compare then? KD and Westbrook? I think we know which one we would take in that, right?
They're
KD.
the only ones healthy. LeBron don't be hurt like that.
Oh, man.
You're giving a whole lot of credit to a bunch of injured people and then
So-
screaming injured on another team.
So you're
How is
gonna
that possible?
you're gonna give a whole lot of credit to two stars that have been hurt, and then you're gonna scream Hail Mary for a bunch of guys.
Who are the two hurt stars?
LeBron and AD. They missed.
LeBron was there for the playoffs.
Yeah, but he didn't look very good,
'Cause he was
and
playing
we
by
know
himself.
that. So what are you gonna do when he's playing by himself again?
He won't be. Russell Westbrook is not going to be hurt.
Oh man, you're right. He's gonna shrivel up like he does every other playoff
You
game.
screaming
Man.
injury, now you're moving the goalposts.
I mean,
He's not going to be hurt.
I'm both ways. I claim both arguments from the beginning. Can he hang in the thick? And are you going to be able to stay healthy?
We've just been talking about injury to this point. What you're not going to do is move the goalposts to a whole nother discussion. He will be healthy. You know Russell Westbrook ain't coming out there to get hurt.
Yeah, but he'll shrivel, which will be kind of
That's a
just as bad
whole
as an
different
injury.
argument. You are screaming injury and they're too old.
Okay.
That man ain't going to be hurt.
Injury. All right, we'll put that up. That's up here. That's notched, right? But now we're talking about the overall. Okay, so the beginning question, are they finals favorites? No, they're not finals
Vegas
favorites.
doesn't agree with you.
I know Vegas doesn't. Hey, Vegas is playing with a lot of money too. Playing a lot of, I mean, that kind of we're trying to make money from the show. They've got money from the bettors, so yeah, they're probably maybe they have a little more insight than me, fees.
Vegas doesn't care about these injuries that you mad at. You know who Vegas has?
Oh man,
The Nets, the Lakers, the Bucks, and the Golden State Warriors.
top 4 title odds.
Yeah.
Warriors at 4.
Yeah.
Lakers, Nets, Bucks, Warriors.
It was Nets, Lakers,
Nets,
but that
Lakers.
was yesterday.
Okay.
That was before they grabbed the rest of the Toon Squad.
Yeah. Okay.
It's getting a little outlandish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're crazy with this injury argument.
What about Melo though? I mean, Melo took a while to find himself in Portland though. Is he just gonna elevate and just be that guy again for Los Angeles?
What does he have to elevate to? They don't need Melo to be 10 years ago Melo. All they
I
need
know
Melo
they
to do
don't.
is come in off the bench and score. That's all they need to do is shoot.
So look, last year when they brought in Harrell and they got roasted for bringing him in because they didn't know what to do with him. They just brought in a whole slew of players. I'm just curious as to how they're actually going to contribute to the success of this Lakers team.
The team that the
I mean,
Lakers...
I see the guys. Trust me, I want to be happy for the trade. I was happy as hell with you. I was like, holy crap, Westbrook's of the Lakers.
I'll give
But then
it to you like this.
Horrible 3-point shooter in Westbrook. Horrible 3-point shooting team in the Lakers. Ball dominant in Westbrook. Ball dominant in LeBron. LeBron's going to be the one to take the step back. Let's be real. LeBron's going to be the bigger person and probably give Westbrook the team. At least give him the keys to the offense. Don't you agree? Do you see Westbrook stepping back?
No, I mean, it won't work if Westbrook is the one to step back.
Right.
LeBron will take the step back because, I mean, he's going to end up leaving and it's going to be Westbrook's team so he can stay home.
Nah. Yeah, wow, that's going to be crazy.
Westbrook is going to play longer than LeBron stays.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying
Got
no.
plenty
It's just,
more time.
Right. No, I'm not saying no. I'm just thinking in general, like, wow, to think that's kind of.
I'm not saying it's going to happen like at the end of next season, but
Yeah.
I'm saying when LeBron leaves, it's going to be Westbrook's team.
The Lakers will be run by Russell Westbrook. I don't know how I feel about that. That doesn't sit right with me.
Look at all the moves that they just made. Westbrook and all the signings that they made today, that team could make a 7th or 8th seed in the Eastern Conference in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're adding LeBron and AD to that team.
Wait, say that again. Say it one more time.
Westbrook and the additions that they made today, you could just take them and that team could have made the playoffs in the East.
I disagree,
They'd have
bro.
been a 7th or 8th. I'm not saying they would have been like number 2.
I mean,
that team would have snuck in the bottom.
Dwight Howard, no offense, 8 rebounds a year. Trevor Ariza, Wayne Ellington, yeah, he gives you a little over 40% from downtown. Kent Bazemore, I mean, Melo, It's just a bunch of guys, fees.
And none. Along with Westbrook. That team in the Eastern Conference,
I mean, Westbrook
could sneak in. That team in the Eastern Conference could be the 8th seed. They wouldn't go anywhere, but that team could make the playoffs.
I mean,
on
yeah,
that
because
side.
the bottom of the East is so soft. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Just put them in the West. Are they a team in the West?
A playoff team is a playoff team.
But come on, we know the competition is
just
better
mean-
in the West.
You just mad at everybody. Westbrook is hooping. His scoring comes down based off of who he's playing with. He didn't have to score with Bradley Beal out there.
Right.
He'll run the score. He'll average 30 a game. You've seen him do it.
Right.
He's averaged 30-point triple-double. He can turn it up if he needs to. Melo gives you what he gives you. He's definitely like meh. No one's asking that man to carry a team.
And
he did his job with the Portland Trailblazers. He was a contributor to that team. We're not going to act like he was just out there living off his name.
I mean, yeah, he was a contributor.
You were scoffing at everybody like every single player they got sucks.
I'm not saying they suck. They're just guys.
You just meh.
I'll give him C+, B-.
You can't give me anyone that logically is going to beat them. You're just like, no, they're not.
What do you mean? I just gave you 3 teams.
Bunch of teams.
Nets, Bucks, Denver.
Bucks, I'll give you.
Give me my damn Hawks against them. Totally kidding.
Oh, my God.
Let us get a star, though, and talk to me again in a couple weeks and we make a move.
I'm going to kick this bottle over. You've been talking about the Hawks.
Oh, yeah. Shut the camera off. We got to go. No, man. Now, we'll see, though. We'll see. Trust me. Trust me, Fees. I want to think that the Lakers will make this pop, but, I just can't. I can't. I really can't.
Yeah, man. It ain't really a whole lot that's in their way. What? We were talking about the Clippers. Kawhi is pretty much out for the entire year.
Yeah, because of the surgery.
Denver's got Jamal Murray coming back off an ACL, and you saw clearly without him, that team was not that good. Jamal Murray is not enough to beat this Lakers team by himself.
Well, absolutely not by himself. You act like LeBron would be enough by himself to beat it. Come on, now
who said that? That's not even relevant.
But we're comparing stars.
That's not relevant.
But we're comparing stars.
That whole... Leave that. You're talking about LeBron's not enough. We're not talking about LeBron doing it by himself. You're saying that this one guy makes Denver better. They're not.
I never said one guy made Denver better. I said we're comparing a lot of guys, and we're talking about 2 healthy stars versus 2 stars that are not healthy. And they're older. They're older than Jokic and Murray.
There's no way you're going to give me... I'm not giving you Murray as a healthy star. He's coming off an ACL.
He'll be healthy.
That ain't healthy.
He'll be healthier.
Well, then you can assume AD will be healthy.
No, it's proven AD's not been healthy.
This man's coming off an ACL. What if he step on something again? You're just like on the what if?
He said, what if he steps on something again? You made me laugh, Fees.
You can't just give somebody health and then not the other because they're coming off of an offseason. That man tore his ACL. He ain't healthy.
Colts over Steelers with a busted Wentz, Wesley? Hold on, man. Y'all going to get people going crazy in here.
Jesus. But it's 8:24. They wilding with that.